when we last left off, our intrepid heroes finished their business at the Iron Vein Hold and in Pergolith, putting a nasty man into gay baby jail, and reuniting with a long-lost son. The party also got, thanks to a decent enough charisma roll from Cass, got a really powerful magic item that destroying has ensured that De Hague probably cannot come back ever again. And also, you are now filthy fucking rich again. At least for now. And the party immediately turned around and blew a chunk of that money equipping your fire cleric with magic items. So now Tassie is covered in blame.
Yay! Yeah, she was missing fun toys of her own, and it happened to be that when you were like, okay, so we've got all these magic items, we all went, oh, that'd be good on Tassie. Hey, that would be pretty good on Tassie. What about you? Oh, my teammate's thoughts are full. That would be really good on Tassie, then.
I got a magic shield.
You did. You also got some bling.
Yes, you did actually get a big shiny new toy.
I think you had the magic shield of like fire resist, right? Or was it lightning resist?
Nope.
No, you just didn't have magic shield at all?
I've got that now.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, I gave it away.
Right. Okay.
And I saw like I think it was either Skull or Merce that didn't have any resistances. So like, here, take this. I'll just use it wooden. And then I got the glamour shield.
That's a good point, actually. I think it's changed hands between me and Merz a couple of times. Do you have the lightning shield right now, or do I?
You do.
Okay.
I currently just have a masterwork shield.
Fair.
Indeed. So, with the dwarf and the elf now kitted out in resplendent magical items from the far-off and exotic land of Pergolith, you have set out for a duel with Teresh. Because it turns out whatever's wrong with Rajan is debilitating enough that he can't come out and try and stick a sword in August, which, being that that's his entire character motivation, would suggest that it's pretty serious, whatever it is. Speaking of dragon fetishes, the party also, on their way, met a draconic knight named Sir Calvert, who was very insistent on finding Rajan and Teresh, but the party, probably wisely, did not help him in this task necessarily, and he's gone on to poke around in some old places that the baddies had been hanging out. Realizing that Kunigund is Teresh and Rajan's daughter by blood, the party has decided to send her away to anti-scrying land, where she can go grind on goblins with a Holy Avenger for a while. And
wait, scry on goblins with a Holy Avenger? What?
Grind, as in like MMO grinding.
Yes.
She's getting boosted.
Yeah, she's in the back.
Siggy is taking her to go get boosted.
Okay, a few dungeon runs.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, there's a tiny goblin population that has somehow surfaced on the island, as disgusting rodents tend to do. And so Siggy and Kunigund are going to go pass the Holy Avenger back and forth, like proper D&D adventurers, and go bonk them to death.
And you know, if Kunigund gets one level in Paladin, damn, son.
She's meant to be a fighter, but to be fair.
And she has been brought up in, like, Mithrin schooling now, and, like, 2 different capital churches, so I wouldn't be surprised if she went Myth Pally.
It would not be surprising, though the 2 individuals who are actually doing the raising, well, actually, Siggy's a paladin now, but for the most part have been fighters.
Yeah.
I guess Siggy's a fighter paladin now, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's a fighter paladin. Tarnavak as well has been a fighter scholar.
Yeah. I mean, really, Siggy could, or Kuni could grow up to be kind of whatever.
Yeah.
She has strength and charisma, which gives her access to basically all the fun classes.
Ah, I see what you mean. She's going to be a Hexlock, but her patron's just going to be the Holy Avenger.
I mean, that...
Is it not the
the Sword
idea?
of Vengeance could totally be a fucking Hexlock patron, actually.
Yeah, it's been around for long enough to meet all of those requirements for being a patron.
And it's been suckling on your fucking dragon heart energies for like 1,000 fucking years.
It's a very strong sword.
Yeah.
There you go. She just has to become a Sword of Vengeance Lark, which is pretty fucking hardcore.
And then while she's low level and she doesn't get to actually wield the thing anyway, so she doesn't have to take it from Mama. But anyway, that is a problem for future Kuni. Current Kuni is level 0 and killing goblins. And current party also needs to go to Dethic Dale. So...
Just a question. Y'all don't need any uncommon shit done, right?
What do you mean uncommon shit?
Uncommon magical items or potions done. Potions doesn't matter what rarity, up to very rare as usual.
I am out of potions of speed.
I still
sure.
have some potions of heroism, but I might want to actually buy one more before.
Yeah.
Cause,
I got me boys. I still have like 2.5 weeks left on the contract here.
yeah, I would definitely love another potion of heroism.
Yeah, sure.
I'll pay that. That was great.
Yeah, those are actually quite useful. It's not the fucking temporary hit points, it's the fucking hour blast that is so fucking good.
Yes. I still have 3 hit. Wait, this is on Zeus character sheet. I might have written it on the other one. Still, it was fucking potions of haste. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
potions of
then
speed
it's better.
are a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't need new of them. I'm just looking at my sheet and going, holy shit, I still have those.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
That's a secret tool that will help us later.
Look, if Zeus needs any more speed, then we have big problems.
I mean, Szooth, normal Szooth doesn't need speed, but Barbarian Szooth, on the other hand.
Zeus mech needs speed. He needs to inject the nitro into it.
Oh god. Yeah, that's totally how potions work. This thing, you just like screw them in for like an injector.
Yeah, no, that's what I've had for Zeus mentally. Like every time he uses a potion, he screws it into a slot and like just slams a button and it drains in.
The fucking NOS sound like Fast and Furious.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed. That's why I posted the picture of Mecha Szooth before in Sav&D chat.
Is the best mental canon, and I refuse to change it.
Yeah. So, do you have enough guys to get a potion of speed done in one day?
Yeah. They
Okay.
can do any potions up to very rare in one day. And the healing potions are a separate bunch. They can cook them up in stupid fast.
How much is the potions of speed again?
1,000 silver each.
So $100.
Half. They're made at cost, remember? Crafting.
Yeah, I'm pretty...
Yes?
I mean, is
very
the...
rare. So
Hold on here. Like, is the price in the Arcane Artifice the buy or craft cost?
For potions, that is the buy. Actually, let me confirm before I say that. I'm pretty sure it's the buy cost, but yeah, that is the buy cost. It's the permanent items because you can't normally buy those that are the crafting cost. So yeah, consumables 50, 250, 500, 1,000. To buy.
Okay.
yeah. If you want 2, it's 1,000 silver. Here we go. Copy. Let's see if there's. And inside there, he just hits a big red button. It's just NOS.
Pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah, that art by Jax. Not the Jax we know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't look like Jax.
Yeah, be like,
Oh,
where are his
yeah.
fucking massive badonkalonks?
Oh my god.
Shock.
That's
Fucking
shocks.
Agatha is in the process of drawing
Yeah.
a sexy gun tank right now from Gundam. It's the best.
What?
Oh,
It's-
seriously?
Yeah, it's a gun tank but with huge boobs. It's phenomenal.
You're telling me he's drawing a fucking GM gun tank with
Yes.
titties?
Yes. Well, you know, it's a legally distinct GM gun tank, but yes, it's a gun tank with boobs.
Oh, you were. I thought that was a fucking shit post.
No.
I saw that scrolling through, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, Savin's talking about nothing unusual."
Right. Just get a few potions, and we got shit. Hey, is that Koinu? Yeah.
All right. Everyone has their consumables decked out for the journey.
I suppose so.
Then we move on to Deathic Dale. You guys have been on this road many times. I don't feel the need for a travel roll this time, especially since
The
the D
hornets are no
team
longer a problem.
took out the only consistent monster threat in the area. So, with Ursula's bonus travel speed, it takes about a day to get up there, but you'll arrive around dusk. Deathic Dale is not quite the way you left it. You remember a lively town full of bards, but as you arrive at sunset, there aren't really many lights at all on in the village. There's an eerie quietude settled over the place. The gates are standing open, and there's no one guarding them, but you can see a occasional figure or two moving around inside the town.
That's fair.
As you approach, no one challenges you at the gates. You see a couple of bards sitting out near the front of the old chapel, converted to the lecture hall. They give you friendly nods, but turn their attention back to their lutistry. There is no great crowd nor party tonight. Simply quiet and darkness.
Let's head to the end then.
Before going to the inn, I would like to pray at that nice bard lady's grave if it's been set up here in the Dale.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Lady Haldora's grave, one of the bards will tell you, is out beneath the vineyard. You can find it with a little direction guiding. It's marked, but not any grandiose thing as you might expect for an adventurer. Simply a gravestone for Haldora Dethic, beloved wife, perished in 1398.
Oh. Szooth, do you have any particularly pretty healing herbs?
We'll actually reach into the backpack and pull out some.
Sure, I'll pick the nicest little one. and place it by her little grave marker. And I'm going to put a teeny, teeny, tiny dusting of Residium on it. There.
All right. Flower doesn't necessarily like bloom immediately, but it certainly is now dusted with a beautiful coating of blue, as is some of the headstone.
There. Hopefully one day there will be a glorious little patch of healing goodies growing right here. It seems particularly fitting to me for a bard for a, great vineyard for like this. That, and I think that Bard's final resting place being dusted with blue lightning has a side appeal to it as well.
It's certainly appropriate.
Yeah, guess head to the inn.
Okay. You arrive at the inn and find that while the door is open, there's a sign posted out, written in Common and Goblin, saying that the inn is now closed, but that travelers may take refuge within should the need arise.
If they're fully closed, I might just hook up my big fancy pavilion-y tent outside instead.
What's going on here?
You want to just pull over one of the couple of bards you saw outside?
Yeah,
Yeah. Little Anubis girl will come up and say, "What do you mean? What's going on?" "Nothing's going on.
where
What's
is
the
everyone?
point?" "Home. Everyone's gone home."
It is a bit late.
"No, I mean gone back where they came from.
Oh. Oh,
The campus is shut down. Lady Haldor's passed on last year."
Was there no
No.
one to take her place?
Shakes her head sadly. "No one's decided to yet." "Oh,
Hmm.
I'm sure they will in time again. I dare say the world needs bards.
I agree, obviously. I hope someone does, but for now, though, there's just nothing here. Miss
Aw.
Zoya went home, so the inn's closed down. No master bards around to lead courses, so they're just going back to Devar or Pergolith or wherever."
Aw, that is a shame.
"Yeah. I'm gonna be catching a boat back to Hasira end of the month. Think I'm
Mm.
probably the last student out."
No, that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, thanks. Reaches
I would-
over and pulls Cass close.
Cass is not here.
Right.
Cass is not here for once. You're looking around for the party bard, and the party bard is absent as well. Oh, that is a shame.
I reach over and pull Szooth again. Nahia, close.
What? Huh?
Cass knows that goat, right?
Frida Gallium. I mean, Cass knows of
Yeah.
them by having met them like a few times and traveled with them for a time, but I don't think he was a permanent student of hers. We have met someone who was, but like it's been a long time.
That was Cass.
Was Cass actually with her for the full?
Yeah,
games?
he was a student of Frida's.
Oh, all right. I take it back. Could certainly ask and find out.
Well, yeah, like, ask him if he can ask her.
I'm sure you don't need me to ask. I'll gesture at Big Hoss. Do you know dream sending now, yes, Hashat?
No, I mean regular sending.
I mean,
Yeah.
either's fine. It's the middle of the night. Like, I don't
It's
have
very-
regular sending. I have an incredibly limited selection of spells these days. I do have dream
Oh.
sending, but
Okay.
that's it. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've gone all in on trying to both destroy things that are evil and also keep everyone from dying. And unfortunately, sending does not fit quite into that.
No, because that's literally what you always been trying to.
Spread my hands. Look, now I know how to, magically resuscitate people and drop gigantic columns of fire and also summon Guardians of Faith, which, they're fun. And of course, greater restoration. I know a great many things, but I've had to give up on some of my other old utilities.
Okay.
But no, there is a Hashat here, and she is perfectly capable of doing all of those things and more.
What am I doing?
Wondering if you could do some kind of sending or dream sending to Cassidy. See if you can get Frida interested in restoring this bard place to, former
can't do that.
bardliness.
I can't do that.
You don't have sending?
No.
Ah, blit. Alright, I'll do a dream sending tonight. Oh, Tassie. Yay. Could you?
Praise.
We have to have the capacity somewhere amongst us.
I will pick up Tassie and lift her up
Huh.
in a triumphant manner.
That's
Well,
right, I'm the
lift her up
best.
so you could. And they lift her up so you could get better reception.
No, you see, we're all vaccinated. We've got
Oh
5G.
God, she's actually
All right.
she's like 10. She's like 12 feet off the ground.
She is very high up.
God, that would give me fucking real life just head rush.
Yeah, don't forget, Kina, you're 12 feet to the horn.
It's very
Or head.
No, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
but remember, your arms. You're
Yeah, I
lifting
know.
her up.
Exactly.
So she's like
Alright. First of all,
15.
By the hips. I don't think Hashat's fucking postering up like a gymnast under the feet.
yeah, first of all, Hashat, Cassie
Ah!
squeals and just fairy fires you. Yeah, put me down.
Uh,
Oh, it's too high, too high. Oh god, no, you're blind now.
I'm blind now.
So the two of them wobble around until Tassie's able to squeeze out of Hashat's hands and fall back to the earth. Oh, vertigo.
Yeah, I would get tremendous head rush trying to just like be body lifted to her feet.
But yes, I can send a sending. No need to panic. So I
That
don't
would be
think
nice.
dream sending would have reached Cass. He's in another country.
Is he already gone? I thought he was still in Ivara.
No, I sent
Wait,
him
no, he
along.
stayed Percolith and then
Didn't come
went
back
on from
with you.
there. Right, yes. Yeah, that's true.
He's keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, on things, I'm sure.
Yes.
Things and stuff and eats and tits and ass.
Yeah.
Okay, you just want me to tell him to contact Frida for something? Do you actually want her to take over this place? Also,
Or
who
at
is she?
least to find someone who would be fitting to fulfill it. She was one of the great heroes where the moon giants all fell, or frost giants, whatever they were. She was one of the heroes from that era, and is one of the finest bards to have ever been, infamous for never hurting but a single fly.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Cass talked about her a few times.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully she would know how to either take up this position or know someone she could recommend to do so.
Cassie's gonna reach up, realize she doesn't have a hat, and just take her old one out from her pocket and places it out. Okay, who wants to take bets that he just recommends himself?
He has a castle to worry about, way far away from there.
I think he'll jokingly.
I'm not willing to take that bet because he is going to say that, but common sense will then immediately rule after and be like, oh wait, no darn.
He's too much of a wanderer to actually be serious about that.
That too.
He likes his adventures a lot.
Cassie huffs, having been denied her free money.
Yeah, look, no one's taking you on that bet because it's a win or a loss either side.
And yeah, she will just lotus pose, sit down, and concentrate on the spell for a moment. Okay, done.
Cool. And did he say, ooh, me, before, common sense rolled?
I don't think you can actually respond.
Yeah, you can respond.
Yes.
Its sending allows you to respond in the same manner.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes. All right, and then yes, she will nod, say, yeah, obviously, he said him.
Well.
He said he'll try and find someone. Maybe he has a cousin. Something about a kid named Tychus?
What higher?
Never met him or her.
I don't know. But what would you
It's the
name
only one in the
somebody
party who
else?
starts getting this weird nosebleed. It's Alan Wake shit starts happening.
What
It's
would you
happening
name somebody off that
again.
tree? What would you name somebody off that tree?
Is there a Tychus tree? I don't know that all too well.
Oh, Tychus! Oh,
Yeah, the joke being it's actually Tychus, but you could also call him Tychus.
Also,
yeah.
Cassie will just spread her arms out. Willow is a really nice name.
Willow is a nice name.
That's a tree.
Yeah. About your
Well,
superior
we're thinking
tree-based
about
knowledge.
Ficus.
Oh, Ficus. Yeah,
That is an
no.
ugly
I mean,
name.
that's not a very attractive name. That's the kind of name you would
Yeah.
give to a pet frog.
I was named after Szooth.
You were named after what, sorry?
I was named after Szooth.
Szooth. Oh, right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I thought for a second you said soup, which also would have been incredibly fitting as a kobold.
That's what I
No,
thought
that was
too.
my cousin. That was my cousin.
Good old cousin and roasted potatoes.
We just called him Soup.
Yeah, fair.
Made his eventual fate all the more ironic.
What happened to Cousin Zoop?
Let's just say we're very glad that we got that crown on Sathia.
Oh. Cassie looks genuinely sad.
It's okay. It's okay. Being eaten by your goddess queen is not one of the worst ways to go as a kobold.
Perverts.
Well, I mean, yes, but also yes. Look, when you have a life expectancy of 5 to 10 years, you don't exactly have time to be conservative.
Yeah, fair.
What is it?
Oh, it's just that's not how most societies work. It's usually the ones that have. It's usually the ones that are incredibly shit but get particularly controlling and conservative.
Well, kobolds need to reproduce rather quickly. We are rather bad at surviving, paradoxically.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. And you're matriarchal as well, aren't you?
Oh, yes. On account of most of our biggest and strongest creatures are the salamanders. We're only tangentially related to them, but often found around them.
Yes. That's it's a strange relationship you have with them.
Well, I figure anything is strange when you look at it from an outsider's perspective. When you're born with it, it's the most natural thing you can ever think of.
Well, I'm sure it seems that way, but just being so different from them and yet living together like that. It's curious to think how it got started.
Well, we probably begged and groveled for them to spare us. They didn't kill us, so we decided to devote our lives to serving them and getting them things they wanted.
But then you would expect an offshoot of kobolds serving almost every sapient race.
Well, you would think so too, but in my histories I found that kobolds are oftentimes eradicated before they even get the chance. I'm pretty sure part of the reason why, at least my kobold tribe, moved to Tidescale Island was to get away from all the many multitude of things that could and would kill them. To be fair, I think we did provide rather ample excuse. We were considered pests, considering how much we stole and were responsible for eating small pets.
Yes, I suppose, but it's still quite wasteful. And I don't know.
I mean, that was the argument.
Maybe I've just gotten a bit too used to you, Szooth.
That was the argument I made on my thesis paper. It's the whole reason why they decided to let me take the chance to leave the island in the first place.
I was just going to say, I mean, if kobolds eat small pets, and well, someone with a bit of effort could probably turn you into a race of pets. Well, you basically already are, but
Isn't that what Sathia did?
Yes, exactly. It's okay. You do not have pride to hurt. We are small and servile.
yes, I'm just. This isn't really a question about kobolds now. It's more a question about the other races and why on earth I didn't want adorable little scaly puppies.
Well, there are many things about society that don't make sense to completely, in far as optimization goes.
Honestly, the only other kobold I remember interacting with at all was this squirrely little bastard called Jeffrey. Picked him up and he bit me. That was the last time I saw a kobold for a while.
There's also the potential that we decided to go deep underground after learning that there are so many things that could and would kill us, and not wanting to be the next human or elf society.
Makes sense.
Either way, I wonder how kobold integration will go now. We don't have much reason for it, at least on Tidescale Island. But there are still other kobold tribes around in the lands. I see that there might be some use in finding them and helping them integrate themselves.
Well, you got them in work for them in Ibarra, didn't you?
Blanking. Out of character. Can we meet kobolds in Navarro?
Sewers? No, I
Those are
mean, we were talking
goblins.
about.
Yeah, that's what I
No.
remember.
Yeah,
Yes,
but didn't you
but-
talk about replacing them?
Yes. We were supposed to integrate with them, but then Skull Necklaces happened. We don't talk about that character.
No, it was after we accidentally cleansed. That there was talk about
Oh
replacing
yeah,
the
yeah.
with
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
always the plan, and then it didn't happen to Sathia. You know, it was before Szooth just happened upon a dragon and then told them exactly where his tribe was, and then said dragon used magic to help save the sinking island.
Oh, that was wonderful. Anyway, how far away from our little dual destination?
See, that's the thing. They didn't give us anywhere more specific than Dethick Dale.
Fair enough. Mr. Bard, Miss Bard, I wasn't paying attention.
It was a lady, and yeah, she's like 20 paces
fine.
away, walking away. She'll turn around. Yeah?
Do you know if other adventurers or travelers made their way to the Dale today?
There was one lady, a Amazon cat, I think. She poked around a while, and then went back towards the lake.
To the lake. Alright, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Jeff flipped the miss over.
Oh, thanks. She said she'd be back tomorrow.
Hmm?
It
Oh,
got late.
in which case I guess we'll just hang around here. Appreciated.
No problem. You can go in the inn if you want. Mama Zoya left the beds and everything.
I
Just-
don't know. It wouldn't feel right. And the weather is fine, and I'm not in terrible need.
Okay. Your funeral. Have a good night, all.
And you?
Okay, she trots off, humming singing to herself a little tune that you catch some bits of about some heroes who saved Kadar once upon a time.
No.
So yeah, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to do in the Dale itself in the middle of the night, you can kind of fast forward on towards morning.
Yeah, make sure that August gets some sleep.
You do not have to tell him twice. This man has a deep craving need for sleeps. The real question is, will he wake up in the morning? And the answer is with some effort. Unless one of you wants to, cut his throat in the night. But presumably
No,
not at this
that's why I
point.
have to. No, it's gonna.
Be a waste by now. But yeah, I mean, wake him up with like coffee in the morning.
Yeah, he'll do a big yawn and stretch and come out in just like a long, loose shirt and breeches. Yeah, this bitch turned up yet?
Should be soon. Ready to get penetrated?
I'm just thinking if I should kill her with my bare fists, or, well, not kill, incapacitate with my bare fists, or do I use the bastard sting, irony, or should I use the old Italian sword for just the wow factor?
I think if you go with Italian sword, that will do the most convincing. There's literally no one else here who could wield that thing. As far as they're aware.
That's true. I just don't like looking at that thing. Gives me the willies.
Well,
Hey, if you want, I'll
Awesome.
destroy it and use it as a reagent for creating my own cool beam sword thing.
I don't think
Right.
you can, and even if you could, you can buy it.
Gonna look to Bab. I wonder actually, at that temple we might be able to. How weird.
And if you're going to a temple Italian later, just purify the fucking thing, maybe.
The point seems a little bit moot, but if you want, might as well.
Yeah, sure. I got nothing better to do.
Alright, I'll pick it up off your corpse.
Nice.
well, here's the thing. If
Very
you
good
can
recycling.
defeat her, anyway, here's the thing,
What do you
though.
mean if I
like,
can?
We're not. No. I'll just point it out. If we defeat her, we still don't have the fucking sword, right?
She should have brought it with her.
And if she did not, I mean,
That's
She's
the
not
thing.
fucking bad.
unfortunately, August is going to lose. I will air quotes.
Yes.
Well, she's supposed to bring it, give it to us regardless.
Da.
That was the deal.
I suspect that life will have been made far too hard for her to do so, but we shall wait and see.
I mean,
Yeah.
if she doesn't, I mean, we could always just try and find that Dragon Knight and point him in a direction.
I'd rather we didn't do that, because I would like to actually be able to return that sword to its proper place.
I
not
mean,
to wherever that man
he'll
wants to take
return.
it.
He'll return the sword probably.
No,
I don't
maybe
trust
not
him
the right
enough
place.
as
I
a-
made an
a
oath.
shot.
I'm taking it back to that grave. He can come and pick it up from there afterwards if he's determined to take it onwards to the holy city. I'm not cutting corners on that part.
Very well, let's get you fed then at least and dressed up.
Yep, yep. Yeah, so as August is getting his blackened dwarf forged armor on, about 9 o'clock strikes, and you see a figure walking up from the direction of the lake. It is indeed Teresh. Let me grab y'all's
Is she hood,
tokens and drag you over.
is she hooded or anything like that?
No, she's just walking up from the lake. She's got her hands in her pockets. She has her bow on her back, but otherwise seems
Okay.
pretty much normal.
Okay. I use Szooth as a telescope and see if she's wearing the sword.
Eagle Eye, go.
Eagle Eye, go. She has a sword on her back. However, you Szooth, are keen-eyed enough to see that no, this is not the correct sword.
Not the sword.
Alright, we're going to have to go and help her brother out.
Probably you have to pry it out of his fucking hands.
Nah.
She will make her way over to you. As her thumbs at this point hooked through her belt, where you see a couple of knives on quick standby, but it doesn't draw, though her eyes are keenly on August, narrowed with barely restrained hatred. But she does not
Arash,
attack immediately.
would you like one of us to officiate?
You're not even going to ask where the sword is, huh?
That was going to be
There's
the
no-
second question.
I mean, the obvious answer is that your brother was unwilling to part with it, and then once this duel is done, then you're going to have to ask us to go and fetch it off of him so that he can get better.
Yeah, just about.
Sketch about.
I'm not normally an oath breaker. Say what you want about me. And I couldn't pry the sword off his hand, even when he was asleep. Just gravitated back towards him.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, if I were parted from my weapon, it would reappear in my hands an hour later, regardless of what anyone tried. And if he's unwilling to give his permission, you're not going to be able to take it away. Don't worry, we can resolve this matter. And potentially murder-free.
I prefer not.
And if he's rent his soul to pieces summoning demons, he unfortunately might not have that choice, but that is a matter for discussion after this, I suspect.
I meant solving the duel murder-free.
Oh, yeah, no, this one's going to, well, good luck.
This was supposed to be a fight to the death, was it not?
She nods slowly.
Then, in the interest of both parties, should you lose, in the event that you lose, we will need to know where your brother is so that we can go and save him from himself.
If you would like to write a direction, perhaps, and carry a message on your person so that, you know, obviously we don't have to go learning before you're prepared.
She nods. There's a note in my pocket, and there's a boat. I left it out on the lake. You can use it to get there.
Very well.
Yes.
Like,
I don't win. Tarjan, I'm sorry.
Of course. In which case, I'll take a moment and summon up Mori, since she seems an appropriate officiate for a duel to the death.
Normally I would say, no, August is here, but there's a chance
But
August might
she
die,
gets to
so
watch
I'll
him
give it here.
die, so yeah, I was going to say, like, there's no way she's missing it this time, I'm sure.
Fuck yeah. Or will eagerly hop out into reality. Trish will take a step back. And August will say, well, this will be over quick. Come on, you brought a fucking bow to a duel? You crazy? Trish will pull her bow off of her back, and she will reach under her leather vest and pull out a small blue amulet, and she'll just set it down. It's one of those teleportation crystals. You've seen them snap before. Lays it out, kicks it away, and knocks an arrow. Ready.
I guess I'll go and pick that up or something.
Or we'll look between the two, say, very well. This is a fight to the death. I would say may the best man win, but, well, good luck to you both. I'll watch over your souls. I really don't know who's going to win this, to be fair.
They got pretty even CRs. I take it
Jesus
that
Christ.
August is pretty. We got even initiatives.
They both
just-
go forward and cross
I think
counter.
the August stats are kind of desiccated by this point of like aging really hard.
Yeah, also being a vampire was sort of like a lot of his stats. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so August has 10 less hit points than her, ironically, but way better AC and spell slots. While she has spell bow. So we'll see. All right. Teresh goes first. She is going to knock her arrows and loose a barrage of them. So, 1, 2. The first arrow, August deflects deftly with his sword. He makes it snap to light with instinct and slices it down the arrow. The second one, however, comes too fast after the first. He is struck and takes a little extra poison damage, which I don't think he's immune to anymore, because he's no longer undead. Arrow lands, and then Teresh is going to run backwards.
Oh, she's gonna kite him.
August just kind of looks at her for a moment. Really?
It's an effective strategy.
It isn't.
It is, but it's a bit rude if you haven't agreed that running away is a legit first.
Oh, she's not even going to run away. She's just going to run in a circle. Okay. He snaps his fingers. Shield of Faith goes up. And unfortunately, he is not of a order that gives him Misty Step, so he's going to double move up into her face. Charge.
And con save.
Yes, con save at the end of his turn. No.
Is that with his paladin stuff?
No,
in?
but he does not have +6 charisma, unfortunately. He
Okay.
has +2.
No sun popper up in here.
Yeah, he is not, in fact, a sun popper. Alright. Teresh is going to use a bonus action to disengage. 1, 2, 3. And shoot. Two arrows this time, and August is not fast enough to dodge the second, or in fact the first. Even through Shield of Faith strikes true. He stands back, snarls. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on! Well, simply lay a hand to his breastplate, and lay on hands himself back to full HP. Or, well, 1 HP lower than full. I suppose I owe him 2 concentration checks for Shield of Faith, too.
Yep.
Doo-doo.
And the blindness on Shadow Arrow is a save on Inflict.
So it is. Let's see, Charisma saving throw. He should be good with that. Yeah. He is good. But he does still take the psychic damage from it. No, he will.
And his end of turn poison save. Just to throw even more saves.
Oh no,
on
he's got movement still.
Oh, he's still got
He's
movement.
gonna
Right, yeah.
move. 1, 2, 3. Just gets back in her face, slowly
Did
trudging
she-
after her at this point.
Did she not incur an attack of opportunity when she?
No,
Friend
she
of Jason.
she
Oh, she
used an ability
disengaged
to let her disengage and move half her speed.
Okay.
He trudges after her. At this point, the former confidence is gone and replaced with just absolute loathing again. Squints at her. Says, if you do that again, I'm going to fucking rip your head off with my bare hands. Understand that. So she does it again.
Saw that one fucking coming.
He begins kiting August. Pew, pew. Another 2 hits. She has 1 more of these. not so good as the first. And this time, August is just going to sigh and throw a hellish rebuke at her. Because frankly, this is cheatsy doodles.
Fucking hell.
Ah.
Thresh is actually
Ah,
kind of
damage.
running rings around him.
See.
By the way, did you ever do his end of turn con save?
Not for last turn. Let me do that now. In fact, no, he's still poisoned. Not that it really matters
Well,
yet.
it's another one. You're missing one.
Okay. I think I made it the first time, but okay. There we go. He's no longer poisoned. He's fine now. And so yes, I'm just going to, once again, step forward, grumbling. Going to pull out his glowing red blade of light and just start whacking. Whap. Whap. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby! He's ready to lose another slot!
Oh God.
Well, she can't grip
Butterfingers
this
August,
one,
here
though.
we go.
It's true, she's got her hands on a bow, so she can't reaction it.
No,
Yeah,
she does not want to
no.
bind this weapon. This will hurt her so much.
Yeah, no.
It is a lightsaber. That's just gonna not do that.
God damn it, detail.
So 1, 2, 3. She continues kiting him around. Oh, I owe a couple of concentration checks for Shield of Faith. No, he lost it, but he'll just put it back on his turn. That's fine.
He used a spell slot for a rebuke, didn't he? Oh no, that was a reaction on previous, so it's turning around. Never mind.
Yeah. Speaking of spell slots, though, get smote on that first. Nice.
Baby smoots.
These are such the
Baby
tiniest
smoke.
plates.
She's gonna start thinking he's not trying to kill her, and maybe for the first few hours he wasn't, and now he really is, and it's just not working out for him.
Yeah, she's just gonna keep shooting August in the face.
Oh dear.
Ooh!
All right, the first
Oh,
one
it's a
does
shame
not
she
hit.
spent all the arrows.
Yeah, unfortunate. The second one does hit, though, for 14. August is going to sort of rock with the impact and charge forward.
Didn't he put his spell back on? So
Yes.
Yeah, he's
he
got
did.
to do another save.
He has to make his concentration checks. That's true. Okay, he loses
Quack.
it. He will use another spell slot.
why did you roll twice?
Oh, that's right. He only
He
got hit
didn't
once.
get hit the
It's fine.
previous, yeah.
It's fine. He's fine. Everything's great.
Everything's
Once he
awesome.
did not get double
Awesome
tapped.
star.
All right. So at this point, getting kind of tired of this bullshit, August is just going to come up to her and say, "Kneel." We'll cast command.
Ooh.
Trish's body freezes up, and you can see her struggling, but she does just drop to a knee. That's better. Okay. Going to brace his feet. He's going to let the blade extinguish on Lunar Lament, and he's going to pull out Bastard Sting and go for the head. Swing. Let's see. Let's throw a.
That's some brutal action economy right there.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 32. And swing number 2. Let's see. She's effectively prone, so that will hit for a lot of damage.
52.
Ow. Fresh is sliced twice, but is able to dodge a killing stroke just barely. But unfortunately did start next to August, or rather, he started his turn next to her. So also takes 9 damage from the Bastard Sing, giving her the big suck. You can see her body tense up and just falls flat on her face from the meal.
Couldn't let me
August
finish,
will
could you?
brace his feet, raise his sword, and then see him just close his eyes, say something to himself, lower it. Fucking shit. Fuck. He just kicks her in the ribs. Oof. That was just fucking rude.
Tassie, would you be so kind?
Sorry, I was muted. I said I'd go over there and stabilize her.
How
Okay.
do you want to do this then, August?
Pick her pockets.
I gotta go get that stupid fucking sword for you. And if we killed that bitch, who knows what her dumbass brother will do.
Yeah, good point.
And yeah, rest of you can go over and stabilize. Hashat, you can have Tassie drop whatever healing spells you want.
No, just keep
do
her
we-
at 0 to begin
Yeah,
with.
let's keep her unconscious.
Stabilize.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. She goes down and gets the big sleeps.
Yeah, we'll prop her up. I'm sure between us, we've got like pillows, blankets, and Szooth. I would be staggered if he didn't have just like a camo net in his bag to just like hide her in the field.
I almost think that's more Tarnavak's
Okay.
thing.
That's actually yeah, you're right.
We could just bring her to town.
Okay, yeah, that is a good point. We
Yeah,
could
just
just
bring
go
her to the village.
put her in the inn. Seeing especially since no one's in it right now, we could just stick her in a tavern room.
What does she have? What does she have on her?
Well,
Picking her
that's
pockets.
a good question.
Oh, we're robbing this bitch blind.
God damn it! Just leave her shoes on, please.
All right, you guys start taking your shit. Nox turns around and says, "Hey, wait! Hold the fuck up!
What?
You didn't kill that. I killed that."
I was about to
Shoo
say.
you away.
I want the. I'm going for the note. I want to know where the fuck they're hiding out. I have a feeling that's.
Yeah, whatever.
be
Take the
careful.
fucking note. This is my loot. Oh, it's a magic.
Yeah.
The sword's not even matched, bitch.
She bought the basic bitch sword along.
He picks up the bow.
Is it masterwork?
Yeah, it's masterwork. It's pretty nice, but
Oh,
bitch.
I'll give something.
Yeah, he takes a moment. He just throws the bow over his shoulder. He didn't fucking want that. He will, however, reach down and pick up some anklets off of her. Pulls up her trousers and yanks those off. Hey.
Anklets?
She had. Boop.
Huh. Wow.
Sick.
Damn.
Damn, son.
Oh shit! Disadvantage on wisdom. No wonder. Come on, fuck. Well, I mean, she rolled
Oh,
a 3 anyway. But
God.
Yeah,
God.
she rolled a 3, but also,
Is
yeah, she
that-
just got rolled.
That's why she's such a fucking bitch.
she is a serious pushover. It turns out.
Well, no, that's why she acts like such a brash piece of shit.
Yep. Like you can tell she must have been wearing these fucking things when her brother started doing evil things. She's like, all right, I guess I lose to every persuasion check ever.
Oh my god.
Ah. Damn it. Oh.
Are you sure you want to do away with wisdom?
Do you even want those?
Wait, no, put them on. I can convince him to be a better person.
I'm a paladin.
Ugh.
My will is indomitable. And these make me go fast.
I mean, going fast is nice, I
Go
suppose.
fast is pretty cool.
And you
Yeah.
have apparently lost the ability to do the sweet shadowy leap from spot to spot that probably would have stopped this from being a problem in the first place.
having
Yeah.
to resist the urge to rub it in the fact that I'm still faster.
If I still had my powers, that would have been easy. But instead,
Oh
I
yeah,
had
you
to
would have
actually
wiped the floor with
try.
her.
Yep. She got a couple of good shots in. It's a shame she used her. Well, I say a shame. I mean, it's unfortunate for her that she didn't use her big magic bolt when she got that really good shot on you.
Yeah, she blew a load too early. And also didn't
I
have
didn't
any way to resist that command. Shit's tasty.
That was an interesting move. I didn't expect you to do that.
I
No.
know. Well, I've heard recently that there's some kind of weird Amazon paladin running around actually casting spells, so I thought I'd give it a try.
I didn't even know paladins could cast spells.
Yeah, I know. What a waste of a Holy Avenger thing.
Literally comes right. Come on.
Yes, that's the joke.
She's done it in front of all of you.
I know.
Yes, that's the
I had
joke.
Mari grab the bow. What's this bow's deal?
What, no victory kiss? Ah. Alright. Yeah, so...
It just
you-
I punch his
Ow.
head.
I feel like instead of victory kiss, it's instead like directly from Voron and it's trying to rip the lips off.
Yeah, it's not a victory kiss, it's more weighing the option of if she can finish him off.
She can, but I'd be really disappointed seeing as we've gone to a lot of trouble to like try and stop randomly just killing him when we've got an agreement going. Because, starts the whole shit show again.
So she had the Viper shortbow, which August does not want because he
It's a
has no
short bow.
attunement slots.
That's it.
I suppose he could give it to someone, but frankly, you guys are cool, so you can have it instead.
I guess I still have an attunement slot open.
Are you a fighter, rogue, or range?
Do you?
You are a rogue. I
No, he's
think.
not.
No, you're a
He's a
monk.
monk.
You're none of those things. You're none of this.
It's still a
My
plus one
mech
shortbow.
is- My mech is, and I'm pretty sure
And
Can
that's also
Give
true.
it.
I'm pretty sure monks can use short bows. What?
Oh, you're
Read
proficient, but the
a
attunement
handout.
effect requires fighter, rogue, or
Oh.
ranger.
We
Well,
should give
you
that
know,
to
my-
Victoria.
Yeah.
Once
Vicky?
again, my mech is a
That's a-
fighter.
But everyone knows Vicky
Yeah.
loves the heavy crossbow.
What was that just saying?
I will say this, yeah, that even if your mecha suit is fighter and all that stuff, I don't think you actually have any attunement slots available because we filled that up.
I have the con necklace. I have the remade Bacon in the Shade. What else do I have? I'm looking at my character sheet. But
Wasn't there the wisdom thing?
Is
no,
is
that's
your
on Szooth, technically.
is Ash's Szooth not a attunement slot for you?
No, wait, is he? That would
So
be weird.
you attune to him like a magic item, but he doesn't take up one of your attunement slots. He just
Yeah.
follows the rules of attunement for getting into and out of him,
Yeah.
because that's easy.
It's just so I
Yeah,
can't
he's,
hot swap.
Yeah, just so you can't like get punched out of your mecha and then be like, "Hello, it is me, a kobold at full health."
Yeah, my mech doesn't have the wisdom thing going on, mostly just because there's kind of no purpose to it, so they have an extra attunement slot.
Well, if you have it on Szooth, you have it on the mech, dude.
No, because I have the health amulet on the mech, and I don't get to have that when I pop out of Szooth. Nor do I get to have the Bacon and Shade pole arm.
I think you're
Really, if you want to look for an impression, Szooth is like that fucking cap in the Mario game that takes over bodies.
Yeah. Like, Zeus attunement slots and basically the mech's attunement slots are two different things, and even if they were connected, I wouldn't be benefiting from both of them at the same time. It's basically an attunement slot to switch between two characters.
August, damn it! Don't stop! Here,
What?
we do it.
He can fucking heal.
No, he can't.
He's still he still has spells. Presumably.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to make everything worse. Gee, you just do like this. That's the per usual. Careful pulling them out, but rather swiftly. I pulled out so many arrows out of myself.
She's
I know how
got
to
a
do
lot
it
of
so you
practice.
don't
That
run
is
it.
true, actually. You have been porcupined very many times.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Fine.
She has almost certainly removed more arrows than like any kind of fucking medieval surgeon might have faced. Just
It's
even
true.
from her own body.
Actually, hey, now I can have cool scars. Wait, shit, I'm fucking banning this disgusting body. Never mind.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
what are we gonna do with that? About that? Are you gonna commit suicide now or later?
No, we're gonna go have to
I mean, I
smack
might as well help
Rajan.
you guys out with the rest of this bullshit. I was thinking
I
about
guess.
dropping off of a tower. There's this one big one in Pergolith. I remember that crazy alchemist back he tried to jump off once. I thought that would make a scene.
Just jump off.
Yeah.
Down.
They would loot all of it. Oh, you'd just jump off naked, wouldn't you?
Obviously. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to give all of my belongings to my hot elf wife and then kill myself. That'll be great.
I just spread my hand. It's a strong play. Should sell tickets.
So now we have to go smack Rajan and/or talk sense to him, which I don't
Probably
think
gonna
will.
do
well, we're gonna move all the bodies and everything away from Hashat because she has the note,
What?
and I don't trust the fact that I've seen shit explode. If you read it,
What?
Oh, yeah,
You
those
don't
worm
think
things.
I'm not
yeah.
tearing
Yeah, we
it
don't-
in half.
Yeah. That actually is a good point, though, Tassie. Can you check and make sure that there's been no nasty traps left in Taresh without her knowing? I wouldn't be surprised.
You don't
Cassie
think she's full
kind
of worms,
curls
right?
up her nose. I have to.
It would be
Uh,
nicer than her being in that tavern and then exploding into worms later because a bard, dropped the
Oh.
parchment.
That would be really gross.
How about you?
Okay, give me a second. Just gonna reach into her pack and pull out some gloves. Shoo, get out, get away.
I'm just helping you.
I'm all right. It's going to hold on. Going to come over to August. Get him to cast guidance because Tassie doesn't have guidance.
I would do it, but I don't have it anymore.
Nice. All right, medicine check.
Yeah, no, I'll still totally take the short bow for
22.
Ashes.
Nice.
Okay.
No one else can use it.
Yeah, no one in the current party. You could always give it to one of the NPCs if none of you want it. But
Give it to Kunagan!
Later.
she has no dex.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to
She's a
shoot.
gangly pubescent child. And an
Doesn't it
Amazon.
Give
Dex is her
you-
dump stat. I'm sorry.
Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, the bow?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bow.
Oh.
And please,
I
let's
mean-
not rip wisdom away from her. We've seen what happens to fucking Amazons with their wisdom removed.
She's already got low wisdom. Just double down.
Yeah, I mean at that point.
It'll be fine.
Cooney's wisdom is fine. Teresh's wisdom was not fine. That was an 11. All right.
Not great when you're rolling disadvantage.
So yeah, Tassie will examine Teresh quite thoroughly before coming back and peeling her gloves off. Surprisingly enough, she's actually quite fine.
Well, that's good news.
She had some.
Right? Fine.
Yes, she's okay. No horrible monsters crawling around inside her. She has some really unpleasant scarring around her. Tassie will just kind of gesture at the midriff area. But aside from that,
What was
Right.
it? Caesarean?
it could have been.
All right, let's get her into the tavern and get underway. The less time we give Rajan, the better.
August kind of turn around. What, you don't want to bring her with us? Fuck did I leave her alive?
If anyone is going to be able to talk Rajan down, it would be her. Actually, listen.
Well,
Okay.
I was more
I
thinking that
know.
if we don't have her around, he'll think we killed her, and then that'll fuck That'll fuck everything up, but that works too. If you
Yeah,
want
it's
to
a
limit
bit of
it.
both.
So
Fuck it. Okay. We'll take a. Will she? I forget. When people are stabilized, do they still regen on short rests?
No, that she will be unconscious for 1 hour.
Oh, okay then. So she will recover after a short rest.
Yes. Alternatively, you could just let August boot her again and repeat the process. Basically ad infinitum until she dies from brain damage.
Oh, just fucking whatever. And then we'll all sit down to have breakfast.
Okay.
so what's on this note?
Right. The note is simply this. She has written down that there's a boat moored at the side of the lake nearest to Dethick Dale. If you take that boat out into the center of the lake at low tide, you'll find an island that is hidden at high tide. There's a door on that island that leads into an ancient structure, a temple. You'll find Rajan and our headquarters within. I pray you can help him where I could not.
Sons of bitches. So that's where you were hiding.
Well, at least we know that.
A secret island under a lake. I wonder what this ruin is for, or was once.
The note doesn't specify, but it seems Nahia has just res Teresh. She'll blink her eyes open in surprise. How am I not dead?
Vampire's mercy. Oh, well.
She immediately checks her neck like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
No, not that. Not that. Tarn.
It was funny.
August is laughing his ass off.
Fucking dick move. Honestly, you're no good to us, Dad. We have to go and sort out Rajan, and if you're kaput, then
Yeah, we thought
he's
maybe,
going to be insufferable.
we thought maybe he would react badly if you didn't come back.
Not going to say I'm upset at being alive, but surprised. Push herself up to her feet unsteadily. I'm going to thank you, Vampire, but I appreciate my life. Scowls. Oh, fuck off. Only because it makes this easier.
August, be nice.
No, he's being tsundere.
This is the nicest I have ever been to someone who's tried to kill me.
And that's part of the
Hmm.
problem.
Well, no, I think that is a marked improvement for attempted to kill. I would give anyone the benefit of that doubt.
You have to start somewhere.
I have been completely insufferable to people who have tried to kill me, unless they're really hot. In which
Yes.
case, I'm slightly less insufferable.
Yes, but you also haven't genocided their entire races.
See, now that he's gone from vampire to elf, it's not that he's become more morally focused, it's that he's become more tsundere.
No, it's the fact that the inhibitor on his Sundari is off.
No.
Yeah.
It actually become one.
Jack's back, but it's only Sun.
Doctor, remove my Sundari limiter.
I hate
turn
this
off my sun
conversation.
inhibitors.
I hate this conversation.
So Teresh just wipes some blood off her lips. Says, "Fine, fine. Given that my pockets are empty and I think someone's pulled down my underpants, I assume you've found the note."
Hashat, August,
What?
which one of you was it?
It was Passy when
took-
she did a medical check.
I mean, I picked her pockets for the note because I wanted to know where they were hiding.
Yeah, there was this underlying, right?
Underlying.
I put some
Yes,
silver in its place.
Underlying fear about worms because
Oh,
no,
I mean-
not those worms, the exploding murder worms.
I mean, can you
Still
blame
do.
us?
Yeah.
yes.
We
I'm
needed to
not
make sure
going to
you weren't
pretend
this
that's
surprised.
out of the
Bob.
realm of possibility. That's disgusting. Ugh.
That's disgusting. Luckily, Passy here is an actual medical professional. None of us looked.
I mean,
Cassie will
that is what
give a
happened.
thumbs up with one hand. Ursula, you can see her crossing her fingers behind her back.
Look,
I'm a
she's-
doctor.
I went to medical school.
Medical.
It was,
Yeah,
a,
the
crema-
cold
it was a
skill.
crematorium.
Yeah, Tassie's been to a conservatory. It was a plant conservatory, but still. Look, the panties
mean-
are back on. It's just Teresh noticed they'd been like adjusted somewhat.
They have gone down.
Yeah, they were not exactly where she put them. Put them on this morning.
I mean, Rajid did.
What would be
did
great?
explode.
it would be great. She'd put them on like back to front. You could see it says juicy. Oops.
Oh no!
Look, if she has some kind of embarrassing under her head, Tassie is not telling.
No, it doesn't say juicy. It's juicets. Remember, Old English.
Of course, of course.
Grady.
The G strings back to front. I'm being pulled on very uncomfortably right now.
Look, to be fair, this whole thing started because we were looking into why Rajid exploded with worms.
And considering we can't really trust you or your organization, can't even trust them to not do so while you are unaware that you have been made into a bomb.
My brother would never. He would never have done something like that. Not to me.
We obviously cannot be so sure. Also, I don't know if you're aware, but those anklets you were wearing were making you very susceptible to persuasion and diplomacy.
I did know that, but she gestures vaguely at August. I don't know much about vampire swordsmen, but I knew he used to be a paladin. Didn't think I had to worry about spells.
God, it hurts how fair of a statement that is.
it's just facts.
Let's get on move on. Let's wait. When is low tide?
Just about now, conveniently.
All right, we need to get going then, or we'll have to wait
Does
till tomorrow.
Teresh not get enough time then to to spend a hit time?
Not right now, but she'll be taking a rest on the boat. It's well over an hour's row to get out there.
An hour's row. Have you seen how
That's fine.
tremendously jacked up I is?
Okay,
I finished,
Well,
for her it's well over an hour. For you, it's probably like 40 minutes.
I finished recalibrating Guardian. I'm ready to go.
So, speak of spending hit dice.
Nice.
And we don't actually have to worry about having a shot in the goddamn boat.
I need to learn lightning bolt. God.
Ah, yes, good old NPC stat blocks. Just roll all your hit
Just
dice.
roll out all of them. No choice.
Yeah, NPCs aren't meant to survive fights. You just randomly determine how many hit points each one has, and then it's dead.
Or you get the one NPC that just simply won't die, and then the party adopts them.
Yeah. That is how Jeffries happened.
Yeah,
Well,
Jeffrey was a fucking anomaly.
Yeah,
Look,
that
the only
last campaign Jeffrey survived far longer than every Jeffrey has any right to.
The only
Nice.
true
He made
way
it to the epilogue.
Nice.
He got to die. Nice.
The only true way to make it as an NPC is to find the PC party and then survive long enough around their vicinity to be adopted and make main characters.
Yep. And that's why sidekick roles exist.
Sidekick roll.
And he did more than most Jeffreys have also done,
Yes.
because he was a goddamn crit machine, some bitch with that goddamn one string loop.
With his one string loot that did 1d4 damage, yes. I guess
So-
I'll
God,
move
so
Tresh's
many
character
goddamn
sheet
kill
into my
steals.
friendlies pile for now.
That's weird.
It's okay.
How big this boat? Because we're quite a party now.
Well, it's a rowboat. It's meant to seat like 6 people.
Mm.
I could walk.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Tarn can fly.
Tarn can fly. Nahia can also fly for a certain amount of time, which is not very long, actually.
I
Fortunately-
could carry her or Tassie. No problem, they're light enough.
Probably Tassie. Nahia is larger and heavier. She'll
She's
go on
my
board.
god thick.
I could walk there by just walking along the bottom of.
It's true. You can actually just casually saunter. All right, and that leaves 6.
Perfect. Teresh can casually watches as Hashat disappears under the surface of the water.
I'll see you guys later.
This is so. I've yet to see this happen. I'm excited to be a part of it.
August looks around. I thought she was afraid of boats. and
She
water
was
and
afraid
shit.
of sinking and drowning. Now she could technically
fuck?
land at the bottom of the ocean and walk.
Nice. Teresh just kind of scratches the back of her head.
It's best
Well, I
you don't
guess-
think too hard on it.
Oh no, I assumed you all had magic items, just that's a very nice one.
Mm. It still rubs my instincts the wrong way to see her walking in like that. It's,
She has become
I've
one
actually
with
seen
the
people-
sediment.
Frankly,
I've seen actual, some people do that, but
It is
they
weird.
did that to the. Yeah, but they didn't do that to survive, or they just walked out into the lake to die, or
No,
walked out into the ocean.
aye.
Frankly, I'm amazed I still like taking baths and swimming so much after I nearly drowned getting off tide scale. Then again, a lot of things could kill me, so I guess if I had fear about everything, I wouldn't do anything.
Nahia muscles bulge.
I wasn't gonna ask for a roll for that because you're just rowing in a straight line for a while. But it would have been funny if you
Look,
gained it.
it is very important to impress people.
And then you roll
I
double
mean,
that one.
Yeah, if you want to follow that up with like an advantaged persuade roll on Teresh. Behold the
Yeah,
morsels.
leaving a good impression on an Amazon seems like a good idea. 26.
Yeah, I mean, she watches with clear impressedness, as does Nahia.
Yeah.
Waifu becomes slightly moist.
As is
Luckily,
the way.
nobody else does, because it is smooth sailing all the while. And eventually, you arrive on what would barely be described as an island. It's maybe 20 feet across of just sand and rock peeking up out of the water now. Teresh will point it out There it is. And you can beach your boat. Once you do so, you see there is indeed a door on this island. Not a trap door falling down into beneath the waves. No, this is a door standing up. It's maybe 4 feet tall, made of wood, standing in the middle of the island.
Well, that's weird.
Oh, that shit is haunted.
That's a
It's
little unsettling.
not haunted. It does lead somewhere else, somewhere magical.
It's gonna like pause and like reach over and pluck. Yeah, I was gonna say like kelp. Just a
There-
bunch of deep
There's a
lake
little
life.
catfish just impaled on one of Hashat's horns.
Oh hey, I just stick it on a stick and then put it in my tail.
I've never been
Oh,
wetter
no,
in my life.
That's hard.
Oh my goodness.
Just ass cook your own food. All right.
At least butcher it first.
You
All right,
say
fine.
that as if Anaya is not just like drooling at it like ooh fishy.
Did I see anything interesting under the water on my journey?
Weirdly enough, no, you didn't. This is a well-known fishing spot, and there are a few other there's like old fishing rods and shit accumulated near the bottom, rather where the beach is. But past that, it's fairly normal. And there's certainly not like some huge ancient ruin structure in the middle of this island or middle of the lake. It's just this like sand barge.
With a spooky door.
Yes, there is just a door standing on the island, just freestanding. It's a very tiny door too. It's only like 4 feet tall.
I hope I don't break the door just by trying to get inside.
Yeah, you are gonna have to go sideways.
I'm gonna have to crawl and shimmy.
As he will grin and say, "Well, since Cass isn't here, I guess I get to push now."
Your help will be very appreciated.
Alarm the mooing
What?
ensues.
It's a reasonable. It's a not that small of a door. What you talking about?
Now that you mention it,
Everyone looks at the dwarf.
this is a dwarf ruin, you think?
Teresh will shake her head. No, I think the door used to be bigger.
The door used to be bigger?
It's bigger on the inside.
I mean, like Szooth.
I wasn't going to say it.
I don't understand what that means.
No.
Who built this place?
And how did you find it?
I can't be sure. I think it may have been the dragons. Most of the place is emptied out except for the first floor.
Oh,
But that has a huge statue of a dragon. It's Freya.
Zoof perks up and goes over to observe the architecture.
There
Can you
is no
tell if it is-
architecture. There's a door.
Oh,
It
I
is
guess
just
I
a
will-
freestanding door, just 4 feet tall, standing straight up in the middle of this island.
does it look like a dragon door?
It looks like the door to your bedroom, but tinier.
So
Toresh, could you open it just in case, I don't know, there's some weird trap or expectation for you to come back?
Also, are any of those guys in there?
There are
Like
lots of
culty
people in
masked
there.
ones?
They should all be on the second floor, though, and below. I didn't tell anyone I was coming.
Okay.
I
So out of curiosity, what were you doing at Neverac?
Glances around. Nevrak?
Yeah.
Furrows her brow. I wasn't doing anything there. I've never been.
Your worms were doing something.
Thinks a moment. Oh, that might have been Elzaveta. When we decided to give back the sting, she decided she needed a new magic sword. There was rumor
Uh-oh.
that the dwarves had one. A blade of wrath, they called it. A blade that, once drawn, can never be resheathed until it tastes lifeblood.
Oh, that poor girl. Have you seen her recently?
No. Not since we last talked.
I'm sorry then.
What do you mean? Sorry for what?
You were being hunted by a very dangerous individual now. A dragon knight of Lyris is hunting you and your organization. He was at Nevrak, and he killed everyone.
Pause for a moment. She'll put a hand over her mouth. Oh, goddess. No, I'm sure she's fine. She had a
That's what he
teleportation
said.
necklace. If we're mortally hurt or fall unconscious, they activate automatically.
Well, hopefully the poor girl got out. Was spared that then.
They say
And yes, I am remembering. I distinctly remember him saying that
Yeah,
he
went down there
attempted.
about a sword.
He had attempted a few times to pull his punches, but the sword's frost enchantment does not pull its punches. So I inferred that means everyone died.
Yeah, it's just I also distinctly remember him saying that he didn't find any leadership figures there.
Is what he said.
Just
Because
VPs.
Elzaveta doesn't sing of leadership.
Not really. Perhaps she's back at the Widow's Blooms.
I hope so. I promised her mother that I would make sure she got there safe and sound.
I could always try scrying for her.
Something to do after this.
the thing is that he's a lot. He is more dangerous than we are.
If he's a knight of Lyris, I'm sure you're right.
No, I mean, he's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill everyone. And then he's gonna kill all their families.
We're not going to let that happen. It's too far.
See, we need the sword.
Mm-hmm. That is his primary motivation.
Wait,
Although
what do you
pointedly,
mean
I'm
he's
not.
going to kill their families?
He's thorough.
It's monstrous.
No, here's the thing. You are evil. See?
A paladin wouldn't do that, though. It's not a dragon paladin. That's not what the stories
Do
say.
you really not know what Rajan's blade is?
As a historian, I'm very uncomfortable with this conversation.
I know it's a dragon sword that has a spirit inside it. But Laresian knights are honorable. They're
Okay, no,
what
stop.
defined the words paladin.
They're,
You
I
think he's going
mean,
to kill Kunigund?
he had said in his own words that he saw this as an evil that needed rooting out in every way. Yes, no, he made no allusions to the otherwise. That's why she's currently being quite safely hidden.
Okay, can
That's good at least.
Tarnavak, you're good with work. Could you explain to her why that sword is so important?
The specific spirit in the blade, it's not just a dragon. They're powerful, but this is something even more special. It's... You have heard of the great dragon Tiamat.
Of course.
This is one of her daughters.
One of. Well, yes, I know who this blade belonged to, of course, but
No, that blade has her soul in it. And he has currently left her
that's not
sleeping form as a empty piece.
that's not
Indeed, not.
possible. The sword was intelligent to begin with. The legends say that the Worm of World's End possessed a blade with the spirit of a knight inside it.
Legends
sword.
change.
As to other matters, it caused a great deal of distress to the Guardians that there's no way that you met them. Draconic individuals with blades of flame sworn to protect, well, like the deepest and darkest of the secrets. I mean, it's very much oathborn to return that blade to their hands.
None of this makes any sense. We found that sword when we were children. Why? Why now?
We suspect that the knight has acted now because of the effect it is having on your brother. The way that its magic is changing him. That is...
Maybe in worst case, the soul is infecting him.
Like some kind of
It-
dragon
it needs-
parasite.
What do you think happens if the soul power of Senator's like granddaughter comes into a human? Well, a catfolk? Yeah. Direct.
Perhaps, but I understand what you're saying. I know a bit about magic myself, but that sword shouldn't have had some dragon princess's soul in it. She was dead. She was dead, and that blade's intelligence should have been a knight. I can't believe the legend's been so wrong.
The blade. The
It may
body
not
was
have been
waiting
long.
for the right time.
Yes, it may not have been wrong some time ago, but also some events that were set in motion have they've had their course disrupted and made to fit. I apologize if that sounds particularly cagey, but there's not a good explanation for it.
Yeah.
Fine.
So
you think
it's
my
like
brother's being possessed by a dragon? Is that it?
Could be.
Or at the very least, he's having his psyche crushed by it.
I don't think his body and brain can handle a ancient dragon like that. especially that powerful from that long ago.
Of course, without the sword to examine, there are assumptions we're having to make. Messages from the past and clues we've followed that have drawn behind these conclusions. There is the possibility that there are more pieces we simply don't have. But we found a message in Avara. That crypt contained Tiamat's last treasure. And, well, as Nahia said, it is guarded not just as a crypt.
Indeed, there's an active honor guard of people from Senatrea's sacred city in the sky, whatever that is. Yeah, I swore to their very faces that they would see her return. I will admit, though, those guards were not there when you were children. But again, things had to have been set in motion in the first place.
There were some undead in the crypt when we were kids. We
No,
got around
no
them, and a trap or two. How's it?
Shake head.
Alright, well. We can't get this knight his sword back, standing around out here. Let's get this over with, shall we? She will grasp the doorknob, turn it, open it, and inside you see just a sheer wall of midnight black. And Teresh steps through and disappears.
Spooky.
Bonsai?
Yeah, let's head on in.
Alright,
Why
welcome to
not?
Sphere Annihilation, friends. Y'all died. DCL, you're in Ash Szooth, right? Mecha Boy?
Yes.
Alright. Make sure you have the right token. Alright.
I figure if there's much talking, it will be done by the sister, and Zeus' adorable face will not be helpful for charisma.
So
it'll probably be time for whacking.
each of you steps through, disappearing from the vision of the next, till only August remains. He'll sigh and heave himself through. As you step inside, you find the structure within to be truly massive. It is, at a glance, easily identifiable. It's a library. There are rows and rows and rows of bookshelves lining the walls, and a tremendous dais set on the floor with astronomical symbols etched in and draconic characters encircling it, runes. At first, it seems quiet enough, dark. There are a few ever-burning flames flickering beside a set of double doors, each one large enough for Hashat to have stepped through if she hadn't been pushed through by Tassie. And at the end of this room, well over 100 feet away, there is an enormous statue of a woman. This 100-foot tall, bronze and gold. And she's holding out a flat circular disc. And on that disc is a life-size statue of Senatrea herself, the great Residium dragon. resplendent in black and blue marble.
Now I see why you think this was a
Well.
dragon temple.
It is bigger on the inside.
And as you step through, Tarn, I believe you have Tiamat's scale, correct?
Yep.
So when Tarn steps through, there is a tension building in the air. Just enough to set all of your hairs, the back of your necks on end, before those runes in the middle of the room begin to glow. August steps through just a moment later, and the door closes. What do you do?
Has Mori Voron been affected by stepping into this space, by the way?
Yeah, so that's a good point, actually. There was a Voron on your shoulder. He's gone now. Instead, there's a Morrigan who is sitting on your shoulder. You're big enough to support her weight. And not your dragon,
true.
your Raven Knight summon either.
It is the Morrigan.
Oh.
Yeah, who looks quite surprised at everything that's just happened.
Morgan blinks as she's suddenly just riding piggyback on Nahia.
She sort of falls back onto her
Wait.
ass.
Oh, I'll catch her before she does anything embarrassing. I guess you're not allowed to be in this place and another place at once. Welcome to the physical again, Mori?
This is just upsetting.
Well,
Also,
I can't.
everything's glowing.
Yeah. Well, is it? This looks like a field to me.
Yeah, so there is this dais in front of you, and the astronomical runes.
No, there's not.
Yes,
We're
I'm
still
aware.
on the,
I'm
other
aware. You have not moved.
Okay.
You're still right where
I
you're
can't
supposed
move,
to be.
so.
So I was saying there is an
Okay.
enormous dais in front of you, probably, let's say, 70 feet across, almost 100. And it is covered in draconic runes and astronomical symbols, all of which have begun to glow as soon as Tarn steps through.
Yeah, I'm just gonna approach. It's curious.
Would you like to step onto the
I-
dais or stop at the edge?
Stop at the edge and just read some of these runes. I do actually speak Draconic.
Indeed. However, you're not a spellcaster of any capacity, so while you do understand the characters here, you're also quickly aware. I believe you're trained in Arcana, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, you are immediately aware that these are magic runes. These are the components, or the verbal components to be chanted of a spell.
Can I attempt an Arcana roll to work out what the spell would do?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I assist?
Sure. And
Alright.
unsurprisingly, as this is going on, Teresh is looking up at or down at these runes, wide-eyed. This has never happened before. Not since. And she trails off as Tarn. You realize this is the spell. If you chanted all of the runes all the way around this dais, from front to back, which would probably take about 2 hours, you're fairly certain this is an enormous teleportation circle. And this is the single most complex teleportation code you've seen woven into the spell teleport. Not teleportation circle, teleport.
Does this go to Senatrea City?
Hmm.
Can I toss a religion in there, perhaps?
Uh, I don't think you can religion just where a teleportation circle code goes.
Well, true. I suppose I'm looking more for religious reference in like the quote unquote address book.
Also, quick question.
Mhm.
Complex code, is that like the code to go to here, or is it an outbound code?
This is the code of this circle. It's written down, etched into the stone.
Okay.
So if you imagine there's like two concentric rings of runes, one is the teleport spell, and one is this code of address.
This is wicked.
Why is it glowing? What have you
Oh,
done?
because we're special snowflakes.
God damn it.
What?
Have you?
When
wait,
did it start glowing?
When you walked in.
When you?
No, the other time she mentioned this hasn't
Oh,
happened
yeah, true.
before, except since.
When we first found this place, when Rajan stepped into the dais with a sword, this happened. And she will gesture up above the dais, and there was glowing runes in the sky too. It filled the whole chamber. But never happened again.
Yeah, that.
Wait, out of character.
What do you think
Is
that would be, Tiana?
Tarnavak, is Tarnavak a dragon looking at the moment? Or does he have his hat
He
and
flew. He
disguise
flew
on?
across the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could have had the hat to disguise on anyway.
I guess.
That would have just
Yeah,
been
that's the
weird.
thing.
It's just
so
normal tar with a pair
unsettling.
of big old fucking wings. Flappy, flappy.
That, and as well, like, he was carrying Tassie the whole way, so she would have been being held, like, by invisible hands, not where his hands are, because his height's different too, and all that shit.
I must go, my planet needs
Yeah.
me.
Lift away!
Come on,
It's fucked.
come on. That's the kind of shitters thing we would fucking do, okay? So I have to actually ask.
Ton is rarely a shitter, if ever. Yeah.
I'm sorry, vampire what?
But good point.
I mean, that was actually an accident. To be honest, I hadn't thought about how it would sound.
Yes, Tarn, would you think this then, Tiamat related?
Waiting on Savin there.
Yeah.
So I don't have the exact words, but she was directing you. Let's see, she was directing you to where her most prized treasure was.
But there was something about her scale in there, and that's...
Ah, yeah, the scale was the key. Or I think specifically it said the scale will lead the way.
And it did. It gave us the address of that location.
It was also used like a keystone to get the message in the first place.
Yes. Yeah, I think that is enough of a logical basis to pull that out from its secluded pouch.
All right.
Oh, let's see. Is there any
take it
tug
out
or anything?
The scale has not reacted yet, but the runes are glowing slightly brighter now. In fact, you note that the closer your hand drifts towards the circle as you're pulling it out of the bag, the runes flare up and then dim a bit as you bring it back towards your face.
Huh. I mean, that's handy. I guess that's how you protect this password from being seen by anyone who isn't, Tiamat or close family.
Well, no time like the present. I'm gonna step onto it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So Tarn takes a big old steppy forward. The
Shit, am I
rune
close enough to follow?
intensity grows much brighter very quickly, to an almost blinding degree. And then there is a burst of light, like a flashbang going off. For those of you who are not Tarnavak and are basically forced to recoil for a moment, Tarn and Morgan. Tarn, you simply see at the center of this dais there is now a large crystal dome set right in the center. And above you there is a cascading sphere of astronomical symbols floating around you, mixed with draconic runes. In fact, now that you look closely, you can see that the draconic runes are marking out constellations in the sky. It's distracting enough for an academic's mind like you that it takes you a moment to notice you're no longer alone on the dais. And now I'll move you over to the map.
Oh dear.
Tiamat.
There is, indeed, a great big old frost dragon standing on the platform with you, slowly walking her way around.
Does this mean I
I-
finally get that hug I promised?
The dragoness quirks her head to the side slightly, says, "I'm sorry, I don't understand the question."
Oh, right. Time shenanigans.
No, it's
Hmm.
not her. It's a construct.
What relation do you bear to the original Tiamat?
The dragoness smiles and says, "I am a programmed illusion, created by Lady Tiamat to guide visitors. More importantly, family," she gestures towards you, "through the Orrery. I can answer questions, but only certain ones."
What is the purpose of this Orrery?
What is the purpose of any Orrery? To marvel at creation, to see the stars for what they are, and to behold how they affect this world. He gestures up and daintily flicks one of the flickering lines of light connecting a constellation. Draconic character for A, made from 6, 7, 8 stars. Isn't it beautiful?
Shiny.
Aye, it is. And what of this place as a whole? Is it simply to house the Orrery, or...
Ah, that is a different question. Beyond the orrery, and the library, and the temple to Mother, there are catacombs down below, a burial ground. I hope you've come to visit. I could very much use the company. But there is also a prison as well. I know it may be tempting, but please do not open the cells. The creatures within are not friendly.
What creatures are being held?
That depends on the when, the where, and the whom of this place. When I was programmed, the cells contained... She pauses, works her head to the side. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say anything.
I see. Where are we?
You're in the Dragon Orrery. The southern one, that is. There are 4, 1 in each cardinal direction, that we may always marvel at the stars.
Hmm. Why these specific constellations?
These constellations make up our alphabet. When we dragons first learned to look at the stars, we found certain of them had power. They granted magic, if one aligned with certain groups of them, that is. From these constellations of power, we learned to draw symbols. Symbols became language. And as you know, I'm sure, language is the most powerful tool of them all.
Knowledge is power.
It certainly ranks up there.
Language is the tool that gives all others meaning, direction, purpose. Who else has been able to use the Orrery? Recently, I mean.
The illusion cocks its head to the side a moment, says, "The last individual to access this orrery was my daughter, Ceres. I'm afraid it's been so long that I've lost track."
In what form did she access it?
I don't understand the question. Sorry.
If any of the rest of you have anything to ask, please do. Otherwise, I could be here for decades.
I'm sure you could.
I'll
be
be
honest,
delighted
my
to guide you for as long as you like.
Be honest, my academic pursuits burn as well. But I'm thinking of other things right now.
We do have some pressing matters. Dear me.
A question for you, more related to your daughter, Tiamat. Assuming you have the knowledge for it.
The construct does not acknowledge you.
Oh, Tarn, can you ask if there are any important activation phrases for the sword? Anything useful and perhaps, severing a connection just in case? It's possible this Tiamat might know.
Are you capable of providing information about your daughter's sword?
The construct seems confused for a moment and says, "I can tell you about my daughter. It is my favorite subject."
The name of the sword. Ask her about about Solar Celebration.
Right. Are you able to tell us about Solar Celebration?
Ah, King Tasman's sword. A blade from another world. I know
Wait,
of it.
what?
We already know other worlds exist. Well, we know Elysia exists at least.
Well, it's the one thing of having legends of things that might be from there.
We,
It's a different thing to know, like, oh, the thing that I actually got hit in the face with wasn't from this world.
I suppose. I mean, if you got bonked slightly upside the head from Mori while she's, wearing her armor, then you also got it from another world.
Ori looks at you like, don't tell them that.
I will smack. I mean, it seems a bit
Maybe
moot
he
point,
got
but
it
thanks.
from the dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Are
is
there-
there any song she knows that calms her daughter down like a lullaby?
Good idea. But first,
Oh, yeah.
are there any activation phrases used with Solar Celebration?
The illusion quirks its head to the side. Solar Celebration is an intelligent blade. It is a loyal blade. You need not worry about whatever you may speak to it, for it has a mind of its own. I'm sure Leva would love to speak to you.
Could you say that again?
She said, I'm sure Leva would love to speak to you. Sorry,
Is
Elvea. Elvea. There you go. That's the pronunciation.
Alvea the one within the sword?
Elvea Golden Shield is the spirit within Solar Celebration. Yes. And its companion sword, of course.
Companion sword.
The Morning Blade. For life is duality, celebration and mourning. So too was Alvea, a being of two halves.
Could that be why he's going crazy? Rajan only has the one sword, right?
Teresh nods. The one dragon sword, that is. We heard that the Morning Blade was being carried by some Adrene adventurers, but we never had the chance to go take it. They seem to be doing good in the world.
Wait, the dream?
A
Adrene,
dream.
a shitty little
Yeah,
town just
Adrene.
up the road.
That shitty little town, it's a nice place. What are you talking about?
It almost seceded to the Hobgoblins. What do you mean nice?
It was nice when we went there.
Looks like those people doing good did a whole lot of good.
It's nice to know we're not the only
Good.
active heroes around.
Yeah, I don't think they murdered anyone with worms either.
Well, if this sword is part of a set,
We'll have to worry about that part later.
yeah, we have to get the first part first.
Indeed, could you ask about the lullaby?
Well, firstly, is there anything in particular that calms Alvea, a song or something?
The illusion considers this for a moment, before saying, Alvea had a favorite drink. When she became irate, Hazrin would dip her in alcohol.
Please
He
be
called
vodka,
it a
please be vodka.
margarita.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, what?
Does anyone have a lime?
A
Zeus pulls one out.
Wait,
I thought you said a lime.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Zeus pulls one out. Just a prolific drinker. He also has a little garden growing out of his backpack.
I can definitely make a delicious frozen marg.
All right. And is there anything that helped your daughter calm down the same way?
Little Saris always loved a good book. When she was irate, as a child, I would always sit her on my lap and read to her. She loved stories of adventure. Most of all, though, she loved the stories her father told. Magnificent adventures in other worlds.
Oh, we've done at least one of those.
At what stage during Tiamat's life were you programmed?
The illusion considers for a much longer moment than usual and shrugs. Tiamat was an ancient dragon. Beyond that, there is no age classification. But that's very rude of you to ask.
One second. I'm gonna walk over and earmuffs Tarash. This is for your own sanity's sake. What cycle was the world going through? Which was the dominant race?
Yeah, I will relay that.
Right? The dragoness considers for a moment. It was the end of the Age of Elves when I recorded this. I had thought, perhaps, some other friends of mine might come by. New family I had met. Besides, my previous self needed to be renovated anyway.
Oh,
Hmm.
I wonder if we were part of that new family. Oh, that I've released Tarash's head. Okay,
What is that about?
trust me, you were better off not knowing.
It's just scowls.
Look at what we've just made happen. What terrifying inner mysteries do you think we've been exposed to accidentally?
This is still happening in my home. The right to know.
I think I agree with her. Might as well.
How about later when there's just more? We'll give you a chance to parse this. We need you to have your
We are-
brains together.
We are contractually obligated to not say anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go with the vague light version of what. I don't know how best to describe it. There isn't a good way to do it sane.
Sure there is. We were just using pieces of archaic historical lore and reference to the previous kingdoms in order to establish a common frame of reference. The specific pieces are a secret, though.
That is a good way of doing it.
Fine. See, I understood that.
It's true. I am not as smart as Tarn. I can't parse that down without just saying something I shouldn't.
Thumbs up to Tarn.
Thanks, August. I prefer the phrase charisma though. Oh, goodness. So I guess if we want to try and calm her down, we can start trying to recite tales of our visit to the tiny world in the map. That might be of an interest to her.
We're allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that one. That seems as well like an interesting enough tale for at least distracting Tima's daughter.
Maybe that's a nice little quiet little town her brother could disappear into.
That is also a possibility, yeah.
Well, they got a very active salt mine, so that's that.
Oh, speaking of salt, I should show you this. I should show you this new trick I learned later.
No.
Yeah, later.
Tiamat, do you possess knowledge of the contents of the library as well as the orrery?
Of course, I understand it in broad strokes, but please keep in mind that books are checked out and returned constantly. That a home was at one point here does not mean it is at this moment. For specific information, please consult with a librarian. She will gesture beyond the dais up to the enormous statue of Senatrea.
Is the librarian also a magical construct or an organic or a living being?
A good question. She can be rather cold and distant, but I assure you she is organic. After all, a programmed illusion cannot be updated so easily.
Does she literally mean the librarian is the god dragon?
No, I think it's like you go up the stairs and past the statue to get to the librarian's desk. At least that's the way I interpret that.
Oh, that's
I see where you're gesturing. Is the librarian's desk past the statue?
No, it is at the statue. You can't miss it.
Is the librarian the statue?
No, the librarian is organic.
Could you please describe the librarian at the time of your creation?
At the time of my creation, the librarian was a residium dragon, standing about 20 feet at the haunches. Her name was Senatrea. She was my mother.
Ah. I'll just raise a hand and wave at the Senatrea.
Okay.
Hi.
The statue does not respond.
Good.
Yeah,
I would
Does
be
it
real
feel like we're
shook.
being watched?
I'd be real shook if that statue just responded now.
Why do I suddenly feel a claw moving my snoot?
You always feel that. I need an orange, Szooth.
Gives an orange.
Thank you.
You just gave her a fucking fortune.
Wait, how are oranges in this setting? What? I just gave her a fortune?
Like, yeah, a fruit like that, an orange especially, it's not fucking easy to come by.
We live in a trade city.
Yeah, they're not from around here,
Yes.
but they're not like a fortune individually. They're just like maybe a gold. It's assuming a druid hasn't capitalized on that by now, which is somewhat likely.
Good fucking luck. Do you know how fucking hard it is to grow oranges?
Look, there are a lot of spells in
Yeah, I
this
don't know
game.
how many fucking real life goddamn druids do you know.
You?
Look, there are a lot of spells in this game that make me question how there's ever a food crisis or a base economy at all. But continuing on.
Oh shit, this Tiamat's from a splintery owner, isn't she?
Or possibly, possibly because I said created rather than current iteration programmed.
Oh right, yes.
When she was first
Right.
created.
Yeah, she's been reprogrammed since.
And who was the librarian at the time of your last programming? Was that still Senatrea?
The Tiamat hologram will nod. It was. Though in relation to your previous question, she was no longer organic.
Was she still capable of performing her duties as librarian?
The illusion seems momentarily confused and says, Senatrea is my mother and the goddess of magic. She is infallible.
Oh baby.
Did she appoint an assistant librarian?
Yes, indeed. The assistant librarian for this orrery was my daughter, Saris. She was doing a very good job, and I hope you tell her as much.
Oh.
If we find her, we will.
When we find her. If
Um, does this library contain... Does the library catalogue include any tomes related to freeing trapped souls from magical items?
for soul transference.
Or other forms of soul transference?
Soul transference. Yes, indeed. There are subjects. Or there are tomes on the subject. She will gesture over towards this stack here. However, freeing an intelligence from a magical construct is not believed to be possible.
Szooth will wave.
Actually, since you're standing on the dice, she'll look over and give you a slight nod. Greetings, Kobold.
Ah, acknowledgement. I might actually be able to help with that. It's not exactly a one-for-one thing, but I do have experience with moving spirits around magical objects.
Stares blankly at you. I do not
Szooth
understand the question. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't a question at all. I would like to see these tombs. You pointed them out, yes?
You may find matters relating to the soul on this stack. Gesture.
will head on over.
Like, go over there.
And start picking up books.
Yeah. You can start going through. As you do, the illusion will say, "Feel free to peruse any tome you like within the confines of this structure, but if you wish to take one with you, you must check it out for the librarian."
Understood.
And Szooth will start trying to read.
What are you looking for in particular? Just a book on soul transference?
I guess that would be as good a place to start as any.
Okay. Yeah, you can start looking through. It's a enormous stack of books. It's many layers high and quite long. It'll take you some time to go through it, but this is probably one of the best chances you have of finding a tome on the subject.
I'm good to keep reading until we're all ready to go. This might not be a fast process.
Well, then we have shit to do.
I'm aware, but we're
Just-
not doing it just yet.
Just for now, just try to find the appropriate tome, Szooth.
Szooth will nod and try to start narrowing it down.
Does the library catalogue contain Does the library catalogue contain books about elven rhyming mirrors?
The hologram pauses a moment and smiles and says, "I'm sorry. Those tomes are off limits without special dispensation. Please consult
Oh,
with a
thank God.
librarian."
But they're here.
Pine, please keep it under your hat. We don't want to break the world. Bloody scholars.
I mean, the point of finding the tomes is to not accidentally break the world.
No, there's no way that you're going to open a tome full of secret knowledge of what these mirrors were, and what they could accomplish and not learn something you really shouldn't learn.
I'm capable of self-restraint.
Same here.
Alright, whatever.
So while you're talking, Maury's going to step up and say, "Considering I was just violently yanked between plans, I'm not sure I want to go up on that dais, but could you ask or tell Tiamat, Morgan says it's all right."
Tiamat, we have been granted dispensation by the Morrigan. And as a follow-up, would it be safe for the Morrigan to step onto the Orrery?
"I'm sure you have been, dear, but I do need personal authorization from a divinity. And yes, of course." I'll look around. Where the hell are we? I don't remember this place. Step up. The draconic image immediately shifts its attention over to Morgan. "Greetings, Psychopomp. How may I help you?" "Release any authorizations. These individuals may read whatever books they want." Tiamat will nod slowly. "Very well. On your head be the consequences, lady." Tiamat will return to you, and when you pose the question again, she will point out to a set of books behind a glass case behind the librarian's desk. "Restricted tomes are there. They may not be taken from this room.
How do we open the glass?
She gives you a bless your heart look and says, simply slide it to the side.
Ah. I just wanted to check if there was a key before going over there. It would be more embarrassing to have to come back.
It makes sense. Ah, God, I'm getting tremendously nervous. Like, there's Rajan downstairs being crazy right this second.
Aye.
Here we are with the font of all knowledge that's in front of us. It seems tremendously dangerous for us not to handle that matter.
I mean, that's the thing. And I'll gesture towards Szooth. We need to be properly equipped to handle it, and that includes trying to determine what is going on with him. And actually, we could just ask her about Warlocks,
Yeah.
couldn't we?
Wait,
Yeah, this
Wait.
mirror stuff I'm sure can wait.
wait.
Yes.
Teresh, how long ago was did this place activate for you, for brother?
We found this place 10 years ago? A little less than that. And only activated the once. We never saw this Tiamat woman. Just the stars, and then never again.
I guess you were just
Okay.
missing the key.
Teresh gestures towards this crystal sphere and says, the hatch down to the crypts is through there. That wasn't there before.
Okay. No, was there was there like an activation attempt like 10 years ago? Can you answer that?
Yes, I can. The dragon illusion
Oh.
smiles at you for a moment, then cocks her head. I'm sorry, that's very rude. Yes, someone attempted to access the Orrery 9.5 years ago. In 3 days. The attempt was unsuccessful.
What?
A full soul was not present. Nor was a key. She will gesture at Tarn's hand.
I'm
Not the
sorry,
full-
a full soul?
A full
not
soul.
the full soul. Half her soul is still in the sword.
But
Or her body.
hmm.
If a half a dragon soul is like, think about it. If it's that bright, then she will only see that one and not Rishaz because it's tiny
Did
castle.
that seems like a additional stretch there.
Well, it's an idea. That's just
It's
what
true.
I
I
thought.
thought I wouldn't land on it like a Eureka.
Okay.
As far as I'm
Eureka.
aware, there's still like at least a chunk of soul sat in Sarah's body under the ground.
All right. Let's. I just need to check something. Could you please confirm that it only requires one or the other? It does not require a full soul and a key.
Illusion will glance down at you. You have only a key. The answer speaks for itself.
Thank all the gods.
What did you think happened?
Oh, I was terribly worried, but this, and I'll hold up the scale, had a soul in it.
Oh no, that would have been terrifyingly fucked.
Yes, that's why my first priority was checking that.
There.
Alright. Yes. What are you able to tell us about separating a warlock from their patron?
That is very rude.
The relationship has turned from symbiotic to parasitic and has endangered the warlock's life.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Sorry.
We should just have to remove the sword from him and keep it away from him.
No. Hello there. Warlock with the ability to magic sword. That's not, unfortunately, how that works.
That's for normal attunement, Hashat. A pact is more.
Mori's
will...
going to step up and say, as someone who is known to deliver a pact or two, perhaps I can answer your questions.
That would be handy. I thought we'd just have to kill him and then revivify him afterwards.
That would not work.
Ooh,
Well,
I
I
know.
should say that might work if the pact giver wants the pact reestablished.
I have an idea. We choke him out. We haul him out of here, and we send him to the tower.
What?
And we turn the cage on.
Ah, anti-magic field.
Let's hear Morrigan's explanation first.
Right. If Nahia were to die, it's true the pact would be broken, but as soon as she came back, I could reestablish it myself. She's still willing and able to serve me, and I willing to give her some power. Although, given my predilections, if she's some sort of undead, I'd likely say no.
Yeah, no, that's only fair.
If Rajan's pact is directly with this solar celebration sword, or more likely the intelligence within it, then either we need to make sure that he does not wish that power, or the power does not wish to grant him a connection. In other words, we have to piss one of them off.
Yes.
Don't worry, I've already made the margarita. I'm gonna win that patron over.
Would Hashat's suggestion be suitable to prevent the pact from re-establishing, at least temporarily?
As long as the pact blade's outside the tower, I think so. It prevents dreams, after all. That is how we divinities and primordials communicate. I imagine a magic weapon's much the same way.
So we could use the tower to get enough time to convince one of them.
Yes.
That or I mean, it is entirely possible we can talk Rajan down in some fashion and have him break the pact himself. Like, if
Well,
I chose to give up my power, then no matter what Mori says, she can't force me to have her power.
Is that true?
or he's gonna kind of side eye.
What, really?
Look, just because I can doesn't mean I would, but
Well, no, obviously, but damn.
Listen, it's a similar way as with clerics. Even some clerics that don't sort of wobbles on her heels for a minute. Look, clerics don't necessarily pray for all of their spells, right? Some are simply
Right.
granted by their god. For example, Mithras always grants her followers the ability to cure wounds. The
Right.
same way I can invest people with power whether they like it or not.
Okay.
It's simply a part of my nature. Not that I ever
Well,
would, but yes, I could.
would
Okay.
others be able to impart magic and/or powers that would affect the mind and make them more susceptible to taking the full package?
Look, if you're asking if a god could mentally rape and control someone, yes, theoretically we could. She will lean back and look at August. But some of us consider consent to be rather important. August, meanwhile, has fallen asleep.
All right. And what about the other way around? I assume you can forcibly revoke it.
Oh, yes. And similarly, someone can't establish a pact with me that I don't want. Just slap you away.
I'm really glad she didn't pull the like prevent maneuver. I'd be so
Yeah,
tremendously
there's
hurt.
definitely a part of it that's like, I could, but... No,
Yeah,
she's
Nahia
instead...
would be immediately heartbroken.
Yeah, just start bawling. No, Maury's gonna come over and give Nahia a hug. But I would never do that.
Hmm. Good.
Tiamat, how do we access the levels below the Orrery?
She gestures to the crystal behind her, says, "When you are finished, please remove the key. My control crystal will retract and open the way. Though I will warn you, the dangers below are not to be trifled with. Please proceed immediately to the grave you wish to visit."
All right. And your control crystal will re-emerge whenever the key is brought near?
That is correct.
Tiamat, how many graves are there in the crypts?
I'm afraid I don't have access to that information. I know of only one that is buried within. The crypts were a new addition when I was programmed.
I see.
Who does the grave belong to?
Who is buried? Yeah.
She takes a knee in front of you, resting her arms on a knee, and smiles. That is a very good question. I hope this answer is incorrect, but if it is not, then that is my grave.
Oh no.
I see.
Oh, Nahia's gonna initiate big gay baby mode at that and walk onto the dais.
Oh, don't forget our hanger on. Someone
Oh,
slap him away.
our luggage.
Are you looking at Teresh or August?
No,
Well,
August.
Teresh has walked out.
August is asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I said someone slap him awake.
Mario,
Uh,
I was wanting to see which one would go first.
Yeah.
Would go after him first, Morgan or Teresh.
I'm going up to this VI Tiamat. Tiamat. I promised the
Hello.
original you a hug that I am unable to pass on to her. Would you like a hug?
The construct quirks its head, processing that a moment. Well, that's very sweet. I'm afraid I don't have proper emotions, but I'm sure the real me would appreciate any affection you care to provide.
Aww. Here, I want to keep my promises.
You go up and give the old Tiamat a hug. Your hands kind of phase through, but kind of don't. It's semi-solid. She will smile and give you a head pat.
Yep. I'm afraid of squeezing too hard. Last time I did this, I lifted Tiamat off of her feet. Don't think I could do that with the construct, Tiamat.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Oh, that's okay.
I will give August a lighter soldier wake up of, kicking on the foot.
I'm up.
Uh,
Holy shit, that's a dragon.
Very well,
That's Tiamat.
it's a very well done statue of it. Or is it actually just Tiamat? That character, that's not actually just Tiamat.
No, this is an illusion.
No, it's a program.
No,
Yeah,
sorry, I meant
that's,
I meant not Tiamat. Fucking goddamn it.
Senator?
Yes.
I mean, as far as you know, that's a statue. It could just be Senator trolling you, but because it is life size.
I was about to say
And it is honestly within her nature to be a bit of a troll.
it captures her magnificence rather well, to be honest. And that was the comment Szooth was about to make. And I was just like, wait, but actually though.
yeah. Yeah, that's apparently it's a program illusion of our friend, Tiamat. Just goes up and hugs.
Get an eerily identical reaction from Tiamat. The same number of head pats. No squeeze. Aw.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Oof.
Nahia, the illusion turns.
Fuck you, and I'm tearing up.
Aw.
I'm actually tearing up here.
Tiamat turns to Nahia with a smile and says, "Only that I love her very, very much. I am always very proud of her. But that's nothing she doesn't already know."
Alright, let's go slap this dork upside the head.
We'll see you soon.
Goodbye. Please let me know if there's anything else you require.
Do you have a way to learn new things? Is there a limit that can be removed for you so that you can learn?
I'm sorry. It's simply an illusion. I am not real nor intelligent in my own way. Simply an imprint of memories and basic response programs. I am incapable of learning and must be reattuned when new information must be input. Please do not become attached.
I wonder if we didn't put enough new information into it, etc. about processing a certain way we couldn't bring us into sentience.
That's a dangerous thought, Szooth.
Apparently I have nothing but those.
Yeah, well, and I have to first just looks up the giants and a tray. I'd be like, if she is actually in there and can talk, at least maybe we can get some answers on Mr. Murder Dragon. See, if
Later.
Sorcerer can actually. Okay.
Going to step off the pad.
Once you do, the illusion fades out, but the orrery remains.
And I'm going to circle around and assuming Statue Sinatra doesn't do anything, going to open one of these glass cases and just slip the scale into it.
Alright.
Is this far enough away for the orrery to turn itself off?
Yeah, once you close the glass behind it, the orrery as a whole will shut down, and the crystal in the center will begin to lower down into a recess, and you'll see stairs are down there as well.
Oh boy.
Well, shall we?
Sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Seems,
Let's get going.
seems so. If you got any heroisms, now would be the time.
Rank it up.
All right. I guess I'll pose the question to you because I know DCL's feeling ill. If you want to go down tonight or save that for next time. I am fine either way.
If
I,
we're close to here, we
Nice.
can open on progress. That would be cool.
Yeah.
after that, I do kind of just want to stab something.
So, so once we have dealt with knocked Rajan out, or dealt with him, we are purging the rest of the individuals in this building, right? Sans the prisoners.
Obviously, Teresh would prefer you don't, but, you know, clearly
They
she isn't
are
capable of stopping you.
they are horrible people
I mean, so
and
is
have unleashed a terror upon the world in the form
mean,
of
Oh, you
those
mean
horrible women.
the weird plague doctor dudes?
Yes, they all have to die.
The
I mean,
evil
so-
corpse cult?
The corpse collectors. Yeah.
I mean, so is Winter, and we let him live.
We can offer them a chance to
Yeah,
surrender.
it is only fair that we offer them the same chances, but you know, my or I guess Nahia fear, my fear, whatever, is that there was something really terrifying in that prison, and just the corpse worms of that monster's just it's shit.
To be honest, I know it's
God,
hard to
that's
tell.
gross.
That's just
And there's
disgusting.
just some
No,
horrifying Yeah, exactly. And it's just some horrifying eldritch elder thing that's been scrambling the grey matter.
I know it's hard to tell because I'm usually quiet anyways, but I have been just fucking dying in my seat. I can't
Yeah.
keep going if there will be violence, but I'm also good with just stopping for now.
Yeah.
It's about time for dinner anyway.
Yep. I'm down for opening on a confrontation.
I am
Yeah,
sorry to
next
be the
session.
cup.
Well, hopefully we can avoid that confrontation. But
Hey, look, confrontations could be social as well as physical altercations. That's just how
there
it goes.
could be, yes, a physical confrontation.
I'm sorry to cut Mars out of the enjoyment of stabbing, as anyone who was violently wanting violence is arousing to me, but yeah, I'm dying.
Understandable. All right. Well, we shall show mercy to the Duckles tonight. I do hope you feel better, my dude.
I want to feel better. I just want to sleep.
And for the rest of us, we shall do XP.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
say the
pop up.
rest. Okay, yeah, you go ahead. I'll just add it to your sheet. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Be well, my friend. All right. Pop open the old Szooth. Get rid of the rest of these nerds. You don't get XP, August. Although that would be incredibly funny if somehow you leveled him up.
Got him an extra ASI.
Now he's lost his vampirism. He sort of needs it.
It's true. Technically, I bumped him down to 10th level instead of 11th, so he has a level to grow.
Oh, jeez.
You know,
Yeah.
I really don't want to keep track
Well,
of
he's-
Swordwinter's XP.
You could just milestone him, dude.
It's true. If he
Literally.
survives the campaign again, actually no. If he survives the campaign, he's going to be
Yeah.
in a new body. That gets a new XP bar, and then he can milestone.
He starts
Yeah.
at level 1.
That would be such a cuck, but also
No.
really funny.
That would be really funny.
No.
Although
Yeah,
he'll get to do
here's the
EXP
thing.
training on his wife's dick.
Hey.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He has all the experience. That's the thing. He's not a new soul. He's literally just a new body.
Aw, man.
Yes. And that's why clone doesn't normally reset your XP. But a cursed version of clone, that
Yeah, it's
could.
true. If you gave him some sort of like really fucked up version of the spell as a joke. I'm not aware of you having done that, but I would not even be mad if that's
No.
what happened.
I mean, you're the GM. You could decide that the scroll was a fucked up version.
It's true. It's true. I did give you that scroll. It's not like you guys made it. I could troll my own NPC that way.
We
Again,
are
that would be really
incapable of
funny,
making
but
that scroll.
unfortunately, he does have Orrery with him, so... Although she's also getting a new body. That'd be fun. Yeah, next campaign, all the way back at level 1, you guys just get August and Aries companions right off the gate. DCL will just
Well, we are going to
immediately
arena.
explode.
We just
No,
don't
I don't want
fucking
to
I was
do
know.
gonna
that.
say, did you not want DCL to play in the next campaign then?
Alright, let's do XP. Did you explore new interesting... Yep. Did you discover new interesting truth about the... Yep. Did you make a new ally or lasting enemy? I don't think Teresh counts yet, and unfortunately, a programmed illusion. While she does have a deep-seated adoration for you guys, is still just a spell. It can't be your ally. Did you advance your completed quest? Yes. Did you discover a new page in a companion story?
I mean, right now, Winter is a companion, and we actually got to see him show mercy on a person who tried to kill him for the first time ever.
That is pretty wild.
You know, yeah. He did not do anything untoward towards Teresh. He just kicked her in the ribs, which for him is basically just a tickle.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 4 XP, everybody.
If we get... Oh shit, if we get 4 XP next session, we're gonna be having 420.
True,
Nice.
true.
Unfortunately, DCL will not have that amount. I don't know if he's missed or whatever, but when Szooth gets 420 XP, then we fucking get to party.
Didn't the XP trade with
I don't know.
Tarnavak?
Yeah.
I think if DCL has missed anything, it's just been me putting it down. Like, he should be on
Yeah.
the same level with
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah, he's been present.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What are you guys at? 416?
Yep.
Yeah, you probably just missed last
Yes.
session. And there you go. 416 for Duckles.
Oh yeah, he was very fucked up, but he was still present.
Yeah. Yeah. That he probably just went to bed without getting his XP. That's fine. Ow, my
How
knee.
much did we get again?
4. All right, and yeah, if you're watching on the stream YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Thursday for more adventures in me running into healing surges. Till then, adios.